Sorry. I was trying my mute button tonight. There's this button on the microphone button on the microphone that has a red light on it, and I can't keep in my head whether the blinking red light means I'm muted or the solid red light means I'm muted. So I get confused. Thank you, Chris, for pointing that out. So what I was saying was, while my lips were moving, was that I was in VR earlier, just before coming on here. I was in AltSpace VR setting up some more video stuff in the tarot world that I built in there. Because people seem to like to wander around in there a bit. And so I figured when I'm not in there doing readings in virtual reality, I would have something for people to enjoy constantly going. So they can at least see the cards going by on a big screen, one after the other. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. So I was actually, one of the other things I've been doing lately is reading this book, which is new-ish, like last year. Tashin came out with their tarot book. It's really interesting. It takes like how Tashin does their thing. They focus on art. And so they focus on the art of the tarot. But they talk all about it and the history of it and the meaning. It's a giant tarot book like many others. It goes through the cards and it explains them and it shows them in different versions, different interpretations. So it's really cool. Anyway, so I've been kind of puttering through that. So I figure the best thing to do, instead of just doing a reading off the top of my own head to start with, if somebody wants some kind of a reading from the Tarot de Marseille, just let me know and I will do that to start. I guess I'm warmed up already. I've been in VR, so I'm ready. Okay, Chris. Go right ahead, plow right into your question, and I will take it over to the tarot table, and we'll see what it does. I'm just waiting. Oh, I was having all kinds of technical problems today. One thing after another. Not only for this, but for work. Here we go. Some friends last weekend. This is great. For the first time since we were vaccinated. And things felt off. Not sure if that's because of social reacclimation or if I should start letting go of friendships that no longer serve the same purpose in my life. Wow. That's interesting because I have similar thoughts. I've had like similar and the reason I'm saying similar is I've had them recently, just like you have. I think Okay, so let me go to the deck. I'm just trying to figure what. Yeah. Okay, let me go to I'm going to switch the camera over to the tarot camera. And there's one thing I like to do. I don't know why, I just like to do that. All right. So yeah, that social thing. I'm thinking about the spread to use. Okay. Well, okay, this one's been working well for me lately. The star. Okay. 7 cards. So, after being vaccinated, I actually have mine coming up this coming week. I've had to wait. And only just today was I qualified or, to make an appointment for one of those. I think now it's really booming. A lot of people are going out for their vaccinations. I'm hearing tons of people I'm running into have gotten them. So it's like, it's really seems they've figured out the whole logistics thing. But yeah, then, you start hanging out with people, and it's been a year of all this nightmare, and things seem a little odd. Okay. All right, so yeah, the reason I'm sort of taking my time shuffling is I like to kind of ponder the question a bit, because it gets me thinking along the right lines or something, so that, a tarot reading, its terminology can vary in subtle ways depending on the content of the question. Different tone, and that's sort of what I'm thinking about. One flyaway card. So I'm going to pull these cards right off the top in order. One last cut. Okay. Present. Sort of, where we are at the moment. Recent post-vaccination, that kind of thing. Emotion. Thinking. And dead center, heart of the matter. Unconscious, hidden. Want. And finally, 7. Outcome. Okay, let's have a look. We've got 2 big bad major cards sitting here. We'll get to those in a few minutes. Let's just hit at the heart of the matter, the 4th card right in the center. 4 pentacles, coins, physical, material. This is the feel, the touch, the sustenance, the living for ourselves, the keeping ourselves going, our money and all that, and we're secure. We're actually pretty content. The heart of the matter. This is something that we're kind of seeking here. Comfort. Heart of the issue. Why is it the heart of the issue? We don't quite know yet. We haven't done the full reading, but it's sitting right in the middle. This sort of, what we need to keep going. We want some kind of sense of security, home. The 4, I always associate it instantly, as soon as it pops into my head, with, I always use the same phrase, the 4 posts holding up the walls of the house. Very sort of solid, dependable card. So let's leave that alone for now. That's the heart. Let's come down and look at the present. And it's a reversal. It's a 10, which is a finalization. It's the end of something moving into something new, and we're talking fire, wands, creative spirit, drive, energy here. We're talking about what pushes us towards somebody, what wants us to possess something or to achieve something, the drive to it, not the skills, not the knowledge, not the love. We're talking about that kind of unknowable energy that we have that makes us want to reach over and kiss someone, or reach out and touch, like velvet. Why does that feel good? You know what I mean? What's the driving motive, energy behind creating things? What's the energy behind setting up, doing a streaming tarot reading? Why? Well, it's creative energy. That's what motivates us. This 10 is reversed. So there's something recent, something informing the present moment, something informing the question. That's a little bit of a hesitation to complete something. Can't quite finish it off. Can't quite get there. Now, what is that? We've had a long year of all of this. The word is terror. And that has helped us back up and hesitate, and our energies get sucked in. It's like we're putting a metaphorical mask on our creativity in some ways. In other ways, people get inspired to do things. But I think a lot of things get sort of throttled back during a year like this, and we've never experienced this before in our lifetimes. I mean, we certainly have ancestors that went through horrible things similar to this, but not the modern folks walking around on the planet now. Really, very few of them have experienced this kind of a pandemic, and we don't really know what it means to come out of a year like that yet. But it causes hesitation, and we feel like sometimes we can't quite close certain deals. We can't quite get to the next thing, the next cycle of growth in our creative passions. And it doesn't mean you have to be a novelist by using the word creative. It's anything the creative sensibility in everyone that can be purely having to do with relationships and friendships. The creativity of maintaining friendships. And that's what the question is about. And I know I'm not so good at it myself, really. So I get hung up on things, and I lose my imagination sometimes with friends. Sometimes you just have to pick up the phone and call friends and say, "Hey, you want to go and play softball? Oh, we only have 2 people. So what? We'll go play catch." You know what I mean? You just have to have that creative spark behind a friendship. And I find myself sometimes I get lazy with those things, and I'm like, "Oh, well, it's their turn to do it. It's their turn to call and offer to do something like that. Why do I always have to do it?" You know what I'm saying. That may be what this card is getting at. That sort of hesitant, locked in, I can't take the final step. I can't get the next big burst that's supposed to come. I should be going and meeting my friends and coming up with ideas to keep things moving. So that's what's happening right now. Now, let's look at feelings, the emotion. This is a reversal. This is thinking. This is swords. The swords, the 2, the coupling, the coming together of ideas, the preparation to put a plan into effect, the gathering of one's wits, one's knowledge, putting things together so that you can go and say, okay, I'm ready to take the step and start applying pen to paper. And this is stuck. So, this could be work. This could be a form. This could be, it's not the job itself. It's the thinking. It's the applying one's intellect to certain tasks or to figuring things out. Maybe it plays into friendships here. Some difficulty with creative spark, some difficulty in
gathering energy and coming up with plans, perhaps. Or it could indicate that there's too much thought you like getting stuck in one's head when you're thinking about another person, the coupling, the coming together. It doesn't always have to mean a relationship, a love relationship. It could be any business relationship, but it could be a friend relationship. And the upside down too is difficulty coming close, difficulty in expressing thoughts, what we're thinking to a friend, to someone here. And it's worrying us, it's troubling us, it's affecting our emotional well-being, this problem, which appears to be of the intellect but is having an effect on our feelings. Maybe things people are saying, communication isn't working well. It's not people aren't relating one-on-one quite properly with this reversed 2. Now let's jump over. This is the thinking card, and here we have a material, physical card again, just like the center heart of the matter card. And it's a 6 reversal. Now 6 is a great number. It's harmonious. It's I really like you. I dig everything about you. It's easy for me to say that. It comes trippingly off the tongue. And it with me, it's like I'm tripping all over my tongue, but trippingly off the tongue is the way, Shakespeare would phrase it. And the 6 is sort of there's a lot of pleasure in that card. And here we're talking about the pleasure of having things and being a person and having, a body and being in good health and enjoying the physicality of life. Well, there's something here that's reversed also, and it's just kind of a hint saying, think about what is diminishing the pleasure that you have in the simple things, the simple, direct things of life, the direct experiences, the pleasures. Why are we not enjoying things quite as much as we used to? What's dragging us down? I suspect that's why this is in the thinking position. There's something here. We seek this security, this physical comfort with others, but we're having trouble enjoying it, and we're wondering why. We're unable to express certain thoughts comfortably, and it makes us feel bad because we're not saying what we know we should over here. Now, let's come on up. The subconscious, what's hidden? What's going to come out? And this is a deep card, major arcana, big, deep personality card. What's going to come out? It's reversed. The Fool card. That's, hey, I've had my coffee this morning. I'm out. I'm on the road. I'm headed out, and I don't know which town I'm stopping in. It's just, I'm just so great. I'm not just happy it's sunny out. I'm happy it's raining. I don't care. I'm happy it's 3 a.m. and dark, and there are, wild animals running around that could eat me. I don't care. I'm having fun, and I'm headed out there, and come what may. Caution to the winds, la-di-da-di-da. I have this rambling urge. I'm able to plunge into situations. I'm able to just say to my friends, let's just go. Let's go to the club. The hell with it, guys. I don't care, man. I don't care what time it is. We're just staying out late and dancing. We'll take an Uber home. That's what this guy is. He's reversed too. So what this is again, hold up. Like he gets to the screen door on the porch, he wants to jump off onto the road and go running out, but he's like, wait a second, I forgot to water the plants in the back. Oh, you know what? There's a clogged drain. I got to fix that. I can't go out there. Well, this is perfect for this pandemic thing, and all of us who are cooped up and have wanted to go out and do something simple like go to the movies. We're holding ourselves up, but I think that what this card is doing here is it's saying, yeah, that's happening, but this energy comes out. It comes out eventually. It will rise. It's waiting. Now over here, desire, the world. Okay? World card doesn't actually need a whole lot of explanation. The World card is, I've got what I want, and basically I'm dancing about it. That card is the dance. This when I use the phrase, let's go to the club and dance all. This card is the dance. This is the dance of, I know what I want, I know who I am, I've accomplished something, I have made myself happy in some way, I have it all, I know I have it all, I can do it all, I can do whatever I set my mind to. Basically, the world is your oyster. That's what this card means on a deep personality level. That's the dance. You can look at it as dancing inside the orb. You can look at it as coming out through the orb, almost as a rebirth. Either way, it's life being born, coming out, coming to full fruition. That's what we're after. That's the desire position. Now let's come up here to the outcome. Here we have another 10, like down here, but it's not reversed up here. This is the 10 of Cups. Now the Cups is a hugely important symbol here in a friendship question, because Cups are love. This is the holy grail of your feelings. This is your heart. And the 10 is a full, complete flowering. It's so fully flowered, you got this structure, and then boom, there's one drunk cup up there that can't even stand upright anymore. He's, like, and it's ready to move to the next stage. So what this reading is doing now is it's basically saying, yeah, we know there's a holdup. We know it's confusing. You can't express yourself properly and openly to people. You can't get your creative energy going with your friendships. You just can't really be there. And you want to be, and you want to have kind of like a home feeling. You want to have a nice, secure, safe home feeling. But you just can't get the happiness. You can't get that free, easygoing interchange. But it's just temporary. It's hiding. The crazy, goofy, friend-loving person is going to come out. Is going to burst out of this sleep he's in. And because your goal is here, your goal is to have basically a whole, complete friendship, which leads, keeping those goals in mind, keeping in mind that this hesitation is temporary, leads to a full expression of one's true feelings for friends or a friend. That heart cups is fantastically important in this reading. So it's the 10 is the height of the cycle, and you just got to get there, and it's just not going to be easy because of we're lethargic. This is lethargy, this upside down. This dancing spirit is feeling lethargic like we all are right now. But this is coming.
So, Chris, you're very welcome. I kind of like that Ten of Cups. I'm basically looking at that reading right along with you. I'm like, hey, this is I need this reading. So, so yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna take that reading as my own advice. Yeah, the Ten of Cups, absolutely. You just want to, just. I think a lot of friendship is you just kind of feel free to sort of spill it out there or lay it out there, so people know how you're feeling, and people can they know how they felt. They're like they're feeling probably the same way. Okay. Alan Odsud, you have entered the queue. You are next. Hi, Shredda. Okay. I see. Marriage, yes. Oh, Unity, yeah. I opened the queue. I just opened it, and I see Shredda. You're next. I see you in the queue. Okay, so the marriage, yes. Alan Udsud, I'm watching your question. Yeah, no, the queue. I hadn't opened the queue until just a few moments ago. I was actually answering a question from the just from looking at chat, and I hadn't actually opened the queue. So it's open now. Oh no, I didn't know you had finished your question. Without knowing clearly, you said. What is it you're trying to know?
Do you mean you're trying to know what your heart really, where your heart really is? Am I already in an arranged marriage without knowing clearly? Like, I'm not quite understanding. Can you rephrase it? Ah, okay, so I think Unity clarified. If your family is planning an arranged marriage for you without telling you. Well, I don't know. And neither does the tarot. What I will tell you is what you might want to think about around such a problem. I do know about arranged marriages. I had a friend. I have a friend who is from a culture where arranged marriages are, very normal, and Americans typically, people who are raised in certain ways with certain typical American cultures don't always know what that is. But I can't really tell you what someone else is doing. That wouldn't be fair. So what I'll do is go over to the tarot table. I think I'm sort of let's see, let's ask a question. Let's ask the tarot card. Let's do a simple 3-card reading. I don't even know really if you want to meet a husband, a future husband. I don't know. You have not said whether you want to or not. You're just wondering. The cards are going to say, they're going to suggest things for you to consider that may in fact sort of clarify for you whether you want to meet a future husband or not, what you might think about an arranged marriage. Let's see. I'm going to sort of pull them as they kind of... there's one. All right. Something that's brought us here. I use us instead of you because these ideas can be somewhat universal. This is, again, we just had this card show up in another reading. The 10 of Cups, the heart, the feeling, the love. This is love. This is the deep, true feeling. And it's reached a fullness. It's come to a point where the pot is boiling up, the lid is bouncing around because the water's ready. So it looks to me like the cards are saying, well, there is a reason to be expectant, to seek this future husband. There is a full heart. There's something, there's a realization that maybe the time is right or soon will be, but there's a fullness here expressed by this card and a completion of a development emotionally. And the 10 tells you that you are ready to move into the next major cycle. Now, this isn't a hugely permanent condition since it's a number card. This is sort of, the ups and downs and waves, but it seems to me like it's suggesting that a recent sort of a general feeling of fullness and readiness for something. Now, what we're dealing with momentarily is a deeper issue. This is the Devil card, reversed. The Devil card can indicate an obsessive attachment to certain ideas, certain conditions, people, obsessive attachment to a certain person or people or anything that you feel somewhat obsessed with, tied to, very difficult to break away from, very difficult to think on your own. And that is something to consider. Fullness of heart here, preparation for a next step. But next steps are tricky if you can't free yourself from what you believe, not what someone else believes, but what you believe is a restriction and possibly an unhealthy concern. The Devil, right side up, can have very creative aspects to it. It can be the person in touch with deep underlying unconscious drives and motivations. It can be the darkness that's positive. That's an energy for growth. But reversed, it indicates a kind of more obsessive, trapped quality. And it's simply saying, it doesn't mean one is trapped and that it's hopeless condition. It just means let that influence your thinking. Be aware of this as you make decisions, moving with this full heart into your next steps. Be aware of this because it's a big major arcana card. It's a deep archetypal card. It means that this is something in us that we typically have trouble dealing with over and over again. And it's saying, think about it before you make yourself do things that you might not want to do. Now we come here, coming up, next thing. This is something we've got to move toward. We ponder this condition here, and now we're moving toward the 10 of Wands, the creative. There's that card again, that creative drive, desire. This is love. This is feeling. This is desire. This has a relationship to this. And it's also a 10, just like this. It's a full bursting, full expression of desire. But it's not, because it's upside down. This one's right side up. But this one is restricted. This one isn't flowering. And what it's saying here is this condition of being obligated, trapped, has to be considered because it leads to this condition, this sort of turning down the volume of your desire. It can be the desire for a person. It can be the desire for a certain form of relationship, a desire to express oneself, a desire to make something, build something, to draw a picture. But it has that element of fire. This is the passion, And if this is having trouble being healthy and creative and being in touch with this in a way that's motivational, then this becomes a little stuck. And we're a little hesitant to say, I want this. So these cards are saying, think about it, because there's this full bursting heart behind us that we know we have. Now let this bursting heart influence desire and passion and the fire energy, the urge to move towards someone. I hope that made some sense. I hope it had some application. I try to make things kind of work in the way that, ideas can start ricocheting in your head, and you find a new door, maybe a new window to open on a subject. Good. I'm glad it made sense. That's good to hear. Okay. I'm Shredda. You're next. Dreamt I was dancing, yes, from childhood. That can help tell me the message. Okay. Okay. I get it. Yes, a dream. Dancing with a girl who I knew from childhood. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay, I'm Shredda. I'm going back over to the table. All right. Dreams. We're in Carl Jung territory. Freud. I actually love reading both those guys for different reasons. You know, Freud was the whole interpretation of dreams thing, and Jung was, you know, dreams have archetypal symbols running through them that are part of the collective conscious. In other words, like shared unconscious experience and life of everyone. So dancing, childhood, friend. The cards are dancing out of the pile. The dancing is a perfect feeling. Dancing, moving, feet on the floor, music, whirling around, you know, touching, holding hands. Physical. It's an 8. 8 is a perfection, a concentration of energy, a very sort of critical but pleasurable advancement, a moving toward perfection and achieving it. It can mean leaving where you are at the moment because you see perfection and you are naturally gravitating toward it. But you are achieving success on your own terms. There's a great sort of a sense of wonder and power and achievement here in the 8. Physically, self-assured. You know, this dream dancing with a childhood friend. You know, there aren't too many better expressions of living than dancing. You know, dancing, that's a message. That's a symbol for life, for joy. And there you are with that physical expression. Now we have a 3 of Cups, putting love, putting the heart, and moving forward, making the big statement. You know, you're dancing with someone, you're on a first date or a third date. Do you reach in? Do you hold the person's hand? Do you kiss them? That 3 is the action phase, and it's the heart. You know, it's love wanting to express itself and make it clear, make itself known, but it hasn't quite. So there's this dream, we're dancing, you know, and this person may not be it doesn't, you know, dreams don't have to be specific. Dancing with a childhood friend, it doesn't mean that childhood friend, where is that person, you must go and find. No, that's not how dreams work. They're much more elaborately unfocused than that. But there is something here that's not being said. That's why it's upside down. Something not being said about the heart. A lot of joy, a lot of physical contentment and perfection. Something not quite being said, not getting past, the timid, the build-up phase. But then it changes, and it looks to me like something happens because the heart explodes in a good way, not like a cardiac event way. And it becomes full attraction, and it's reveling in its feelings. This is a card of a person who is very comfortable and happy about being in love or having a very strong feeling and just feels totally comfortable expressing it. So whatever the holdup was here, or is at present here, it evolves into joy and harmonious feelings and full expression. So the dance, yes, but the dance is providing some energy. It's, this confidence, this ability to express physically and enjoy the physical world of the dance, of being with someone, being next to someone, helping them out, giving them something they need. Yeah, sure, there may be a temporary bit of hesitation here, but it becomes what everyone seeks there in the 6. So the dream is, it sounds optimistic, actually, if I get right to it. I don't think there are many dreams with dancing that aren't optimistic. I think they're sort of almost mutually exclusive, dancing and pessimism. They just don't go together. Well, if you're going to enter a new relationship soon, if those interpretations are something you've looked up, I would say that this 6 then is fitting the bill pretty well. So keep that 6 in mind, because that 6 is going to need your signature on it, because somebody's going to come along and you're going to be like, oh yeah, here, the 6 is upon us. So, all right, Bella Chu. Well, I'm Shredda. There you go. If she took the lead, just follow it. Okay, Bella Chu. Go ahead. Hi, Bella Chu. Oh, sorry. Bella Choco. To be honest, I've got these
I've got these new contact lenses in, and sometimes they're new, so I haven't figured out yet how to do the reading part. Okay. Okay. I want to know if Jean Bruno Lorette is in a relation with Corinne. Oh. Is in a relation with... Oh, boy. Well, Oh. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. So I'm sort of thinking the cards will not tell you anything you don't already know, but will just give you, a few little hints about how to deal with various possibilities. I mean, it's not always, the idea. I know that sometimes whenever I've had a feeling like that about, is someone, is that person I'm with or I like, are they into that other person? Huh. And usually you think that because you're interpreting little signals or little signs you see. And you're either right or you're wrong. Now, in my experience, when I've wondered that, the person usually has been, in fact, interested in that other person. So that's just my luck. But the important thing is, people do what they do. They do what they do, and the heart is all kind of crazy and nuts. And nothing ever has to really go as it's supposed to or as planned. And the cards just kind of show you that more clearly. So here, let's just see what they say, and then we'll know how to interpret that. That's an important one. Okay. That's an important one. Because this card, La Papesse, the High Priestess, she is, some consider, the most important card in the entire deck of tarot. Because what she's doing is she is in connection with intuition, with what's hidden. She can see it. She trusts her perceptions. Her eyes don't lie to her, even when she's dealing with secrets that nobody understands. She sees them.
and she brings them forward. She brings them into the world, and she makes them clearer. They influence. She brings them to light. That's what the book is there for. The book is the rational mind. She brings the dim, poorly understood, almost invisible. She brings it into the light and makes it understandable. She can interpret. She can interpret dreams. She's in touch with the unconscious mind. She's in touch. She's spiritual also. She knows herself. She knows herself high and low. She knows her. She knows the secrets of the mind. She knows the secrets of, spirituality. And she communicates these things. She lays them out for us. This is your guide. This is basically your intuitive mind. And it's deeply ingrained in your personality. And this is a very important aspect of character. It's deep. This is a major arcana card. This is here for a reason. This is eyes open and you can see what others can't. And it's saying, trust that perception. Have absolute confidence in what you see. And then there's the mind, the thinking, the book, the rational mind, and what we have going on here, sort of in the center of the situation, is a reversal of the six. And the six, of course, is free expression of one's ideas. But not right now. Right now, they're all bottled up. You can't say what you want to say. Something, you just can't lay it out there. Don't want to for some reason. You can see, you can interpret, but you don't want to spill your beans. Now, a reversed card is always sort of a suggestion to straighten it up, which means express it. Express thoughts rationally. Feelings can be put into words just like she does with her book. They can put it into words and they can be expressed comfortably. They can be expressed thoroughly. They can be expressed reasonably. And they can improve situations. But not saying things sometimes doesn't get to where we need to go here. And this looks like it's coming. Now what this is a sense of comfort and secure sort of in the physical. We get comfortable with work. We're comfortable with our own physical self. We're comfortable taking care of our own family, the people close to us. This is a very home-like card. This is sort of focusing on being stable and secure and happy and content with what we have. Family, dining room table, sitting by the fire, eating a good meal. That's what that card is. Trusting one's intuition, being clear, get past the roadblock of expressing what you know and your ideas, and seek the comfort of what's closest to you. That's what I'm getting from these three cards. So the cards aren't saying whether or not someone else is doing one thing or another. They're talking about a general condition of your own ability to handle what you think. That's what they're doing. Yeah. I think what's going on here is it's saying trust your instincts, trust what your eyes are telling you. Think about not being, hesitant to express what needs to be said, and be confident in what's close to you, what your home life, that last card, that 4, suggests to me the simple sort of comforts. Wiggledy-piggledy, I think, is the Wiggle-tiggly. Wiggle-tiggly. Hi. Auditioned for a singing TV program. Oh, that's cool. Wondering about... Okay. Yes, a singing TV program. That's... Man, that... To be able to sing that well is quite something, I bet. Well, I certainly hope you get it. Let's look at these cards again. A singing program in Asia. So, So you're a performer, and yes, that whole audition process, and it can be, auditions are interesting because you don't always just go and do one. Sometimes they say, oh, come on back, and we need to have another look, and then they can even ask you again. Call you back another time, and it can be really nerve-wracking, and I mean, I'm in Los Angeles, so there's auditions here. Everybody's auditioning for something in Los Angeles. Okay, let's see. Let me oh. three reversals: heart and mind. That full heart again. That full heart. Loving what you do. Being able to enjoy that, but not quite, not recently. It's been a little hard to enjoy it, perhaps. So what this is doing is it's saying, it's hard to love sometimes, and I guess that might fit with an audition sort of environment. It's hard to love, you're nervous, you love having the work, you don't love trying to get the work. That's usually what's going on with people who are performing. You don't love seeking the opportunity to sing. You love singing. So it's some difficulty there in dealing with feelings about it. It's a little bit more stressful than pleasurable. Sometimes, you audition, and one thing after another, and you start to wonder, do I love this? Why do I love this? Okay, and then you just keep thinking, and you end up here. And that's a 7, and that's your mind. So you're basically saying here, I can apply myself. I can learn what I need to develop. Something's distracting me, though. I'm not doing. See, the 7 has it's a card of taking action and putting things into action that you've learned about yourself. It's almost spiritual, and there are ideas about what you do. There are skills. There's applying yourself. There's learning that may need to be done, and that you may be a little distracted. A little too distracted to actually take that extra little bit of effort. And I believe because it's the swords, we're talking about intellect here. There's something to do with learning the more technical aspects of performing. May need some attention. Those things always need attention in every performer. And here, in the same suit, the mind again, the 8, it's saying this energy the energy's not balanced yet. The understanding of where we are as a performer is not quite yet in the place of applying itself fully. It needs a little. It's okay. So this card is saying, think about what you need. The things that perhaps have been suggested by a coach or someone like that. Think about them to develop yourself so that you can move into this being right side up, and you can be confident and apply your skills and your knowledge about what it is you're doing very effectively. Right now, it's perhaps there's a little nervousness about that, and it's probably because of the audition situations. So I think that what the cards are saying here is, here's the thing about acting and singing, and forgive me, I know something about this field. I have a lot of experience there. And what I've noticed in my years of being in that business is that quite often the performer that walks in with a sense of not really caring very much, in other words, not worrying about it. It's not that they don't care, but they don't seem to care a whole lot. There's an expression that people used to use in the acting world, you get hired when you don't need the job. And now I'm talking about the acting world, not singing. But singing, I think there's a relationship because many acting folks also do musical work. But yeah, that phrase was quite common. You get the job when you don't need the job. And these cards are saying basically, think about that. Think about yourself. Take your next steps. Don't fret so much. It's really, when you audition, you apply yourself and you apply yourself easily. There has to be an easy grace to what you're doing when you audition so that the people watching don't feel that you're needing something. You don't need something. You're giving them something. The person that gets the job is giving. They are not taking. They aren't asking for a job. They just happen to be there because there's a chance to sing. Think about that. That's what these cards are suggesting. Wiggle Tiggly, you're welcome. I hope you get the job. Spook y'all. About a project. Okay. So I'm thinking you're starting a new project. Is that right? Okay. I'm very familiar with those. So you're wondering what are you basically wondering about this project? Okay. Project. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Just in general, sort of what to think about embarking on an important new project. Find your favorite aspect of a project. What pops into your head and gives you an enthusiastic reaction? Follow your heart. The this is basically an apprentice. This is the valet de queue, the page of the cups. And there's a naivete, but a real enthusiasm to learn and get out there and do. But they don't know necessarily what to do exactly at first, because they're just starting. They're literally starting a project. They're starting out on the project. But what this is saying is move forward with real love for what you're doing. Don't do half measures. What's the part you really like? What part do you want to work on? Or what is it you want to put into this project really? What is your heart telling you? Follow it. Be a little impulsive. Doesn't mean being sloppy. It just means, make your choices with, find that little enthusiastic, youthful angle on what it is you're doing. Keep that in mind, and it sometimes gets quiet. It's hard to trust as we get older, but that's what it's saying. Then here, it's talking about being open and sharing with someone. This is again following the heart. Taking the dry aspects of a project and making them a little less important, the hardships of a project, the technical details of it. And it's saying, okay, if we're doing software, let's say we're talking, user interface here, rather than, SQL connections to a server on the back end. Okay? Think about the feeling of it. What makes somebody like what we make? What makes somebody have a good feeling about what we do? What do we love about this? Let's talk about this. Talk about this with someone involved. There's someone involved. This is the two is the coupling. The two is the coming together of 2 points of view and mingling and preparing to move forward into action. This is the gathering of forces between two. Someone, you follow the heart and you bring this idea, you bring this feeling to someone. You talk, you converge, you gather together, and together you're stronger than just you yourself. Okay, because what it looks like here, the 9 in the creative, this is the creative drive. This is making anything we make in any project, anything we want to build. We need the energy to do that from the wands. That's what the fire represents. And the 9 is that persevering spirit of getting there, getting to almost to the top of the hill. We're almost ready to get to the top and take the flag. And we have to apply ourselves carefully, but we've made huge developments, and we have come a long way, and this is the final stretch. This, I believe, is a warning, and it's not at all unusual for a project, because projects are often very difficult to complete. And if we're talking about software, which is another thing I know a lot about, it's often very difficult to get past, initial testing, and then into wider testing, beta, and when you finally roll something out, a lot of time goes by, there's a lot of difficulty, and you have to really persevere. So this is simply talking about the thicket of the woods coming up that's going to make it hard. And this reading is simply saying, prepare yourself for this by remembering what is so great and what everyone loves about what we do. And so there you have a perspective. That thing, those cup cards, that kind of suggestion for thinking about what one really loves about a project or a product they're making. It's very important, and it's incredible how easy it is for companies to forget that. Lose track of what people love about something. And we're talking generally here. That's so common because forgetting that page of cups and that 2 of cups, those are important ideas in developing a project. If you're someone's boss, darn well if you're an effective boss, you're not going to have somebody working on some aspect of a project that they can't stand. Why? Why would you do that? Because you're going to harm your product. You have to apply people to tasks that they actually enjoy doing. You're welcome, Spook Y'all. Unity. Unity has a question. Either that or Unity's getting ready to tell me my camera's broken. Oh, okay, go ahead. Okay, fine. What did I do? Happy and content, diving tarot study with my Visconti's for my Jesus. But then, oh yeah, I know. And now this is, yep. I did hint that guy was a weirdo. That Crowley guy is like a nut job, but in a good way, I think, mostly.
But yeah, that deck is, I know, that deck is a little bit of a little chaos thrown into the recipe. Yeah. I Why do you think I put that deck in a box and refused to open it? Now, what you want to really freak yourself out. Hold on, I'll show you. Hang on a second. Read that. Maybe you have. Maybe you bought it. I don't know. This book is it's hard. Here he is on the 13th card, the death card. This card is attributed to the letter Nun, which means a fish, the symbol of life beneath the waters, life traveling through the waters. It refers to the zodiacal sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, the planet of fiery energy in its lowest form, which is therefore necessary to provide the impulse. In alchemy, this card explains the idea of putrefaction, the technical name given by its adepts to the series of chemical changes which develops the final form of life from the original latent seed in the Orphic egg. So, yeah. Go ahead, I dare you, buy that book. I'm sure you do, actually. It's the guy's fun. He's just weird. Okay, next person. Okay, but it's really good that you're. This stuff is fascinating. I mean, you can like stay up late so many nights reading these different things. It's so cool. That's why I like doing this. It's because of all these great things people have written about it. Okay. Anna and Naomi. Anna and Naomi, go ahead. Anna and Naomi. All right. I'm going to take a drink of my sparkling water. Romance. Of course, I'm very happy to do romance readings because romance is, romance is better than Netflix, right? All right. And I was looking actually for romance movies on Netflix the other day. I don't know why. Seriously, I have no idea why. I was just doing it. And I couldn't even find one. They're there, but it was like Bargain Bin City from a blockbuster from like 2003. Romance. There have been some cards showing up repeatedly tonight. It's very strange. Okay, romance. I'm gonna pull the top 3
off the deck this time. No, I'm not going to, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not. Kind of a page again, kind of a wanting to, well, the wanting of romance, and this is leaning into the physical here. So, the sensuality of romance. I want to be able to run my fingers through someone's hair. I want to be secure and feel like I can touch someone. It's kind of got a young sort of, I want to experience that kind of pleasure. And I don't want to worry about it and all its consequences. That's what that guy is saying. This guy is a bit more at ease and mature about this whole thing. He's able to handle a lot of different situations and kind of keep control of himself. A little too much sometimes. So this, this is basically saying, I know my heart. I know what I want. I don't have to make a big show of it. I have a lot to offer. It also means that I'm looking for someone who's on my level. Looking for someone who has that sense of authority, control, wisdom, experience. This is an experienced person. This is a person experienced literally in the ways of love. That's the suggestion of this card is that there's also a little bit of a hint of being, a little aloof about it, perhaps. This character, you notice, is very focused on what he wants, this physical pleasure. He's very focused, but his feet are in two different directions. He doesn't know quite which way he's going. It's because he's young. He's just, a little undisciplined. Here's discipline in the realm of feelings. Perhaps there's someone that we need who has some more mastery of their emotions than maybe other people have had in the past. Maybe that's what that is. Here, the knight, same suit as our page here. The coins, the physical again. Reversed. So that means hesitation. That means that there's an inability to rush out. You know, we're very concerned and enthusiastic about this. But here, we can't quite move ourselves out the door to go to pursue what we're so wanting here. This is the active court card. The knight goes out into the world and puts things into effect, gets them done. So what's happening here is there's control here of feelings. We're seeking control. We may have a little too much control of our feelings here. There's some aspect here of wanting a calmness. A calmness in how love is expressed. A settling down. A quieting of aggression, perhaps here. We want more of an innocent, youthful desire. This is the card of slowing aggression. It's reversed. We're slowing this down. Perhaps because of more controlled sense of expression here. So I guess keep the feeling, keep the desire. Don't worry about the physical aspects of romance. It's fine in yourself. You have that. Someone is needed who has control and is self-assured and confident and not pushing. This is a card, I think, of advice. That's why it's reversed. A slowing of the horses a bit. A long distance. Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting comment, then. In that case, you're right. Then the cards actually, that's another aspect that makes those cards easier to understand. Yeah. Because in a long distance, there's control, there's confidence required, there's trust, there's knowing oneself and one's feelings well and how to handle them. Because long distance can lead to jealousy very easily. And jealousy, that knight, that knight card on the right, they can be very aggressive and impulsive. And what that reversal is saying is perhaps slowing that down, controlling that is a key. Very interesting. Okay. A big brother. Anna and Naomi, you're welcome.
Are you there, Big Brother? I think we might have lost a Big Brother. Okay. Dream Statty, go ahead. Or Dream State. Dream Statey. Are you there, Dream Statey? Maybe I'm taking too long on my readings and everybody that's in the queue is falling asleep. Oh well. Okay, so we'll go to Kiansbrock. Are you there? I think we may have lost Gansbrock also. Man, I must have just rattled on and on and on. But that's fine. I think I was closing the queue anyway because I have to wind down. But what I'll do is I'll just pick a card to think about for tomorrow. Just one quick little card for the end of the night. Just sort of there. Oh, well. Look at that. The ultimate expression of abundance. I mean, just for the next little while, it's just sort of there's something abundant about this card just to think about for tomorrow. Thinking about all that we have, thinking about ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and how good we may or may not feel. But this is basically saying, hey, let's turn our attention to that. There's something we want to think about. It could be as simple as making a little money or paying some bills or going to the grocery store. It's just, hey, this is just something we need to do. Focus on that particular energy. Just something to think about for 24 hours, I guess. I'm just going to get up and have coffee tomorrow and just look. I'm going to leave that card right there. Yeah, I think they're all falling asleep. They're dropping like flies, basically. I wore them out, I think. See, if I keep talking, they all go down. All right, Unity. Have a very good night. And tomorrow's Friday. Huh. Well, maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my, dinner plans are and all that nonsense. But might be not Friday. People probably stay up longer. In fact. Okay, I'll think about that. All right. Good night. Enjoy life and enjoy the cards.